What's up, everyone? Today we're back with another video, and today we're going to be taking a look at a brand new Rapido product, and it is the 40-foot USRA Double-Sheathed 40-foot boxcar. This one is decorated in the Minneapolis and St. Louis. Show you all the box sides here. Go ahead and take it out of the box. We do have the information with a little bit more history on the car in the exploded parts diagram. Very nicely done. We do have a magazine subscription if you're interested in that. We do have some additional brake parts and details, and then we do have the two-piece hard plastic outer shell, and the model does come in a soft plastic liner. And you can see there, very nicely done. So we'll go ahead and get this on the track and take a closer look at it. So the main feature of this car is the very nicely done wood paneling. You can see that all across the side of the car and on the doors. We do have some very nice steel supports with the rivet detail, metal grab irons, and we do have the stirrups down here. They look really nice, and they're also angled out, so they're not perfectly straightened down. But judging off the prototype photo, that does look correct. We have really nice printing here. A little bit of bleed through on this, but not a big issue. We have really nice door details. Just really good detail overall. Non-operational door. And then we do have the door stops right here. We can see the Minneapolis and St. Louis logo up top. And then this car is built in January of 1920. And we do have more of the grab irons, look really nicely done. And we do have more of those support steel structures. Down here we do have the USRA Andrews trucks with the inline brake shoes. So really nicely done. Over at the A end of the car we have a lot of nice detail as well. We do have the brackets holding up the walkway up top. We do have the separately applied ladder over here with the nice finely done wire grab irons. They look really well. We got the tack board over here, more separately applied grab irons. We do have the road name and the road number, and they wrap around really well on these ribbed ends of this car. We have the coupler cut lever, a few more grab irons here and here. We do have the non-scale metal coupler, and we do have the hose for the airline. And then we do have the indentations for the push sticks, and just really nicely done overall. Really nicely done detail. Over at the B end of the car, pretty similar to the A end, not a whole lot of differences. Only thing that really is different is the brake wheel up top with the brake rod and a smaller little brake bracket right down there. And then it continues down to the brake linkage onto the underside of the car. On the top of the car, we do have a few details up here. We do have the separately applied grab irons. We do have a little bit of rivet detail. So, very nicely done. And you can see that brake wheel over here. All very nicely done, but looks really good. And finally, on the underside of the car, we do have more details that we've come to expect from Rapido. You do have a little bit better look at these brake shoes on the trucks. We do have the brake linkage with the chain, and very nice spring detail. Looks really good. It's not a real spring, but it definitely looks really well. We have the air reservoir, the linkage to the A end, and that continues down. And we do have the air hose. It's a little bit hard to see right there. And then we do have the holes. I talked about kind of that extra brake details. So these cars, depending on what road you purchased, this one has the KC style brakes, and then sometime throughout their lifetime they would have got upgrades to the AB style. So depending on what time or era you're modeling, you may want to swap over to the AB style options, but as the car comes, for most of these models, the KC is the standard, as we see here. All right, we got the KD coupler height gauge over here, and we are looking at the A end, and it's a little bit low, just a little bit sagging. We'll go over to the B end real quick. The B end is pretty close on the money. Camera shows it a little low, but it's because I can't get the tripod low enough, but the B end is right on the money, so A end just a little bit low. All right, so we're just gonna quickly weigh the model. This is 5 3/4 inches, so it should be 3.875 ounces. And it's 3.87, so a little bit low. And about 109 grams. So now that we've gotten a closer look at this model, we're gonna go ahead and throw it on the layout and see how it runs. I'm gonna apologize right now. I do not have any locomotives that would be suitable for this. So we're just gonna have to pretend this is in museum service for the meantime. All right, so we're gonna go through the scoring while some of the B-roll shots roll in the background. Packaging, pretty standard industry packaging, so no issues with that. Accuracies, I couldn't find any pictures of this car on the internet, but going off the sample photo that Rapido provided on the website, it looks pretty close, so I'm gonna have to give them the benefit of the doubt. Paint was overall pretty good, except they do have some issues on some of the larger logos and the larger lettering, where it's just thinning out a little bit and you can kind of see the brown seeping through that white paint. On the details portion, they had a lot of good details. I couldn't find any issues or any missing details that should have been there, and all the details that were there were really nicely done. The couplers, trucks, and wheels were overall pretty good. I did take away 1 point for a non-scale coupler. I feel at this price point you should have that, and I did take away 1 point for the AN being low. Operations overall pretty good. Weight was pretty close, but I felt that it was so close that it was fine, but overall pretty good. Value, I thought this was a good value for the price point. It's a little bit more expensive, but the details that you're getting are really nicely and really well done. And just miscellaneous, like I said, very nice car, looks great, runs well, so I couldn't find any issues with that, so I gave it the full 10 points. So when we tally up all the points, that's a 97 out of 100, which is an A+ on a report card. And when we compare it to other models I've done over the last year or so, it's actually first out of the 13 models. So there is a new front runner out of the list. And it really shows Rapido's put in a lot of work, a lot of research, good group of guys over there. So this model is actually, a really nice car. So if you're looking for something, pre-World War II, these were made in about the 1920s. And they made up 25,000 of them, and they're spread out across the country. So if you're looking for something like that, this model definitely fits the bill, and it looks great and runs really well. So I could definitely recommend it, and I will probably purchase more of these just because I need more of my World War II era boxcars, because I don't have very many of those. So that's all I got for you guys. Pretty quick video, so tell me what you guys think. Comment, rate, subscribe, and we will see you next time. So thanks for watching, and we'll leave you with one more run by shot.